Welcome back to the Wolfcast podcast, everybody. I'm the Tru Alpha here with my amazing, talented sister, May.
Hi.
And my brother from another mother, Fang.
What's up?
I just want to point out in this fucking picture that you always make me look like the fucking bitch.
You're not?
I promise you're not. It's just it's comedic.
No, it's comedy gold. I fucking love it. It makes me laugh inside because I'm a depressed human. Fuck off, fly. But I look like a little bitch. I'm like, no, I'm not ready.
No, Mr. Fang, please no, you go Super Saiyan on me.
That is a nice touch too. The whole Super Saiyan
like
Right.
I look like I'm about to. That right there is an accurate decryption, actual representation of what is happening inside me when I go on my tangent.
And then on a funny note is that like when you have like I've noticed it when your hair's shorter, you have that darker hair, but then like there you have blonde sometimes, so it fucking cracks me up. I don't know. Anyways, today's topic is things that grind our gear, piss us off, and Fang's favorite podcast ever.
Absolutely.
Ranting about things that grind our gears, pisses us off, irritates the shit out of us. So if Alpha and myself are silent, it's because, Mr. Loudmouth, angry at everything, has, a lot more to say.
We've already decided that May and I get 5 minutes apiece and Fang get 50.
Yeah,
right?
That's how it's going to work.
He gets like 50 minutes of full podcast then.
I warned them ahead of time. Like all this last week, things have happened in the world. If you've been keeping up with it, things have happened in the world that I'm going to rant about. Things happen in video games that I'm probably going to rant about. All this fun shit. And then I probably have things that I plan about ranting on, but because my mind is stupid, I'm going to forget. Do you?
So should May and I start first, or hope and pray we get a time in?
It'd probably be for the best.
Well, as a woman right now, a lot of things piss me off,
Oh god.
I thought that was just women normally.
Bitch. Listen here, when I
fucking grind my gears sometimes too, but
they grind more than your gears, but
no, barely.
Barely. No, right now in this time, like I didn't think that women would be forced to go back in a backwards way of thinking. Like the fact that we're sitting here having to fight for our own rights again after we spent years fighting to get our rights to do what we want with our own bodies. Like I am livid about that.
I am sitting here with a ball gag in because I have a thing about that too that was said in another podcast, not ours.
Oh, yeah, it's absolute fucking bullshit.
Well,
the world is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't the 1850s. We're not property. We're not objects. We are breathing, thinking, living people. Like, men have all these rights. They can do whatever the fuck they want, but it's because we have a vagina between our legs means we can't think fucking straight. Excuse me, more wars have been caused by men and their fucking little tiny dicks than a woman ever has. So, like, the fact they're like...
I'll say... Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's just, it's fucking trying to cut me off. You see how it is? Can't let a woman speak! No.
I was getting ready to agree with you. I was going to say that I feel, as a man, a 30-year-old man, that two things. I wouldn't be the man I am today, yes, without my father on the second half of what I've lived, but the first half of my life, I would not be the man I am today without my mom, who is a woman, obviously. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, I don't think that over 50% of men can live without women. Mm-hmm. So the fact that these women have to, fight for their rights again, but half of these men are like, I want fucking pussy. Well, where are you going to get pussy from? I probably should have used a different word.
No, we're an 18 plus podcast.
I know, but still, YouTube. And like most men expect the women to cook, which I think it should be 50-50. But at the same time, a lot of men depend on women, but yet men want to take these rights away. It's fucking bullshit. It leads me on to the whole fucking race thing, which I'm not going to get into. All this is fucking bullshit. I'm fucking pissed.
Well, it's because men want to own women. They want to control what they do, who they see, what they eat. They basically want us to be, good little cock sleeves, cook for the kids, cook for them, lay on our backs and take it, and have no opinion when they go out and have sex with somebody else or go do something to somebody else.
I will say one thing on that. most modern men don't think that way.
No,
There are some. The ones who are making these bullshit ass decisions are you got men in your fucking 60s to 80s who should honestly just roll over and die at this point.
back in my day, women sat there and took it and
First
didn't
off,
complain.
my father's almost 60. Can you not say that?
No, I'm talking about the motherfuckers in power. I'm talking about the ones who have the power to do this shit. They're 60 to 80-year-old men who honestly just need to either retire or roll over and die, or do both. I won't miss you.
But why would they retire? They got the power.
Exactly. So you want to know what's happened in history whenever humans weren't happy with the people in power?
Killed them.
Viva la revolution! That's the thing. People right now, we're bitching, and that's what we're doing. For lack of better terms, that's what this podcast is about. We're bitching.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say, I think I don't know.
One of us.
My fucking brain is fucking gone already.
It's all
But
right.
what I was gonna say is that, like, back to whoever said it, one of you did. I don't care who you hang out with, who you text, what you do, what you cook, etc. As long as at the end of the day, you're not cheating on me, you're loyal, you're honest. If you want to go hang out with another guy and you guys are just the fucking best of friends, been best friends whether it's been 5 fucking minutes or 16 years, as long as you're not going behind my back and doing something dirty, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be mad at you. Just be loyal.
But see, that's the problem, though, is those insecurities start kicking in. It's like, well, she hangs out with this guy way too much. They're probably fucking. Or, it's her gay best friend. He's not gay. He don't act like he's gay. There's something going on, right? Because it's that insecurity of, my PP not good enough. And turns into them
you
being...
know why that insecurity exists, right?
Because they have no faith or trust.
No, we're not born with that insecurity. We don't just pop out of the womb going, oh, all women will cheat on me. Better keep them away from all women. We're not born with that. We don't just magically think all women are whores and going to cheat on us. Typically, when you have a guy who is insecure about his woman, it's because he's been fucked over a million times. Does that excuse the behavior? No, but that is the reason for it. Like we don't pop out of the womb racist or bigotry of any kind. We don't pop out like that.
No,
babies are the most pure. Most of the shit is either taught or experienced. And to sit there and be like, oh, men are born pigs. No, we're not. we're born fucking, I mean, we love titties when we're born, I guess, but so do women when they're born. Like, everybody likes titties. So it's one of them things that I will say right now, we're going to bitch about the bigotry and sexism of men here. But odds are they were either taught to be that way or something happened to them, which, again, doesn't excuse the behavior, but at least it could be retaught or retrained. Don't bother with the old dogs because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But my point still stands there is we're not talking about all men. We're not saying this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
My personal opinion on that, or not opinion, my scenario is that, like, I was kind of like that, and it really broke this past couple of years, is that, like, because I kept getting cheated on, kept getting lied to, and, like, at first I've never been the type of person like, give me your phone, who you fucking texting, because that's not me. I'm not gonna be that rude. I'm the nice guy until you piss me off. But I've been lied to and cheated on with like several exes, and then I had a relationship that I was sitting there, getting and going, and then I would like notice that she's on the phone with da da da, and my insecurity started kicking in. But I never snatched the phone and never got anything terrible. So when I got into my last relationship that I was just in, I was upfront with her like week 1. I was like, look, I'll love you as long as this relationship goes on. You lie to me, you fuck me over, you cheat on me. That's it. I don't give a fuck.
But so that's it's just one of them things. You're not born this way. You're taught it. You experience it, and that is what causes your mind to be that way. What's the word? Ignorance and something else is what keeps you in that mindset.
Yeah, ignorance and fear.
Ignorance and fear, or
ignorance and hatred.
Ignorance, hatred, and then also ignorance, and then just not giving a fuck to change your ways. Like, if you can't see your way is wrong, then something is wrong with you. And you should probably step back and take a minute. There's actually... I'm going to stop because I'm about to pop off.
That's the point of this one, huh? It's a ranting one.
Yes, but if I pop off, y'all don't talk.
Fine. We'll get our words in. Get it off your chest.
All right, well, here's one that really fucking grinds my gears. Like, fucking just pisses me off. And it shouldn't. It's the littlest fucking thing. I don't know why. Maybe because I've dealt with it for 12 years. If you go to a restaurant, you're going through drive-thru. Okay, two things, actually, real quick. I hate when people pull up and, hi, can I help you? Yeah, one sec. Okay,
I know exactly what he's talking about. If
you're coming to the restaurant, you should have already either A, know exactly what you're going to get, or at least had some of an idea. At least spitballed half of your order and be like, then decide, like, maybe I actually want this too. I get it. Maybe you saw something on the menu that like caught your eye last second. You're like, oh, do I want it? Do I need it? Da, da, da. But I feel like genuine, like when, like me, if I'm going to whatever the restaurant may be, I'm like, all right, that's what I'm getting. I'm going there for that reason. I pull up to the drive-thru. I'm like, da, 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 I'm done. I'm out, gone. The second thing, and it ties into this, they order, they pull up, you hand them their food, drinks, whatever. All right, have a nice day. Can I get whatever sauce? I'm like, okay, motherfucker.
So I do that, and there's a reason I do that. I don't know the reason for everybody, but the reason I do that is because you don't get charged for sauce.
A lot of people charge for sauce.
You don't get charged for sauce at the window. You get charged for sauce when you ask for it at the microphone.
I get that.
So it's manipulating the system.
But like, it doesn't bother me when someone asks for a sauce, like a sauce, like or like even like if they pull up and they're like, hey, can I also get barbecue and ranch? That doesn't bother me. It's what really gets me is when they're like, hey, can I get a barbecue and ranch? And then you hand it to them. You're like, all right, have a nice one. They're like, oh, some extra napkins. And you're like, okay, yeah.
Why didn't you ask for that with the sauce?
Well, granted,
a
lot of the time people do need extra napkins, and sometimes the restaurant just puts like one or two in there, and
because it's one or two, or it's one per item. If you get a fucking standard meal, let's say McDonald's as an example, say you order a fucking sandwich and a fry, that's 2 napkins. That's just the standard rule. And I'm sure like it's like that for Burger King, Wendy's, whatever.
What would irritate me the most about that is, can I get a barbecue and a ranch? Yeah, sure. And then you hand it to them, and they come back. Can I also get this? And then you hand that to them. And then can I also get this? Why didn't you just ask for it all at once?
Well,
we could have gotten this done a lot fucking faster.
Well, you also have to realize people also have ordering anxiety as well. Like they get to a situation where it's like, they want to order and ask for things.
Through drive-thru.
Then you're just telling them not to come and eat. They can't help that they have, anxiety from it. Just like you guys have your own forms of anxiety. And I'm pretty sure you guys would get defensive. Anxiety. And I'm pretty sure you guys would get defensive if someone was like, well, just fucking get over it, But don't sit there and get upset and say, well, they should fucking do this when you guys do the exact same thing.
I'm okay that you have anxiety. It's fine. I understand it. Like you just said, we all have our forms of anxiety. But like, if you have that bad of anxiety, wouldn't you want to be like, hey, can I get ketchup, barbecue, napkins, and salt and pepper, and get the fuck out?
Yeah, I'd be wanting to get out of there as quickly as fucking possible.
Yes, but again, it's
that
on the spot though. If you put them on the spot, it's that mind, like you, Fang. Whenever I ask you things, your mind goes blank, right? Because you're like,
yes.
It happens the same way with them. Is that that you ask them that meant it's like,
I'm gonna need you to stop defending every single.
I'm not defending. Look, I've been on both sides of the counter. I've been behind the counter and I've been in front of the counter, so I know what it's like on both sides.
I got one here. I was actually going to rant about this today because it happened to myself and Alpha here. I was at lunch and I'm sitting there. I'm minding my own fucking business, eating lunch, doing my own thing. This woman comes in, and she walks in. She's like, I was in drive-thru for X amount of time, bloody, bloody, bloody. I saw somebody else pull up, and you guys took their order first, and yada, yada, yada. That's bullshit. I should have been served before them. I almost, had it not been me not wanting to make the issue worse, I almost got up and said a couple words because she was being the most entitled piece of shit I have ever fucking heard.
Did this happen to me?
Yes, you were the one who dealt with her, and you.
Oh yeah,
Props to fucking you.
I handled that like a
Props to
motherfucking
fucking you.
champ, and still made her look stupid.
I was about to get up and make her look like the dumbest bitch on the fucking planet, but I didn't because you were there. I didn't want to make your life more difficult.
That wouldn't have made my life difficult because then she would have turned around and left me alone. I'd been like, all right, deuces.
Later, bitch.
And you don't work at that place, so like it would have been fine.
Yeah, but it was just the dumbest. Okay, if you come through drive-through, sure, you're trying to get the person out as quickly as possible. It follows the rules of FIFO: first in, first out, as quick as possible. Unfortunately, people aren't perfect, and shit happens.
No.
It could have been a line down situation. It could have been changing sodas out. It could have been asked to go to the back to grab some bullshit. There is a number of things that could have caused the other person to not be available to take your order. That's it. It's not one person bouncing back and forth taking orders. There are two people doing it.
Unless they're super short staffed, then it might be one person.
So the scenario was there's 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One person takes one takes the other. Well, obviously, the person that took that order, and I was right next to this person. Hi, I'll be with you in just 1 second. I can't remember if she was changing a bag of something, or like you mentioned, like soda or whatever, or she was hopping on front line to take an order because we were short staffed. I don't really remember it. I've been fucking hella busy, and it's been a week. But so I continued to take my lane. And I honestly forgot that there was somebody in the other lane because I could have obviously hopped in that other lane.
Right.
But I continued to take my lane. And so, yeah, it would piss me off too. But that lady that was in the other lane taking that order only made her wait maybe 30 seconds. It wasn't that bad. And of course, and I'm calling all of the fucking these customers out. I don't give a shit. It literally, I don't understand. I get it. You're frustrated. You're pissed off whether something's wrong. You got the wrong food. It's not right. Whatever the case may be. Why does every single customer have to go to the extreme? Well, not only is it wrong, I didn't get this on my order. I waited 30 fucking minutes. Okay, first off, if you waited 30 fucking minutes, that's on you, bud.
It's that whole shtick.
I'm not going in. I'm not fucking waiting. Maybe 10 minutes max.
No, it's a whole
definitely
shtick
not in drive-through.
That's been ingrained in people's minds that, the customer's always right. Customer gets what they want. And that's the problem, is because they've been so, led on to be entitled that, if you sit here and complain enough because you're in the right, they're going to give you free food, or they're going to do whatever they can to get you, in and out because they don't want to deal with it. So people have become entitled that whenever they know they can bitch and get something for free, they're going to make the biggest spectacle to get it.
For the most part, that is true, and it works. If you came in, you're like, hey man, I was out there waiting 15 fucking minutes. My shit's cold. All right, what did you have? I'll replace it, and let me throw some whatever the case may be. Whatever you want extra. You were calm and collective. You come in like that bitch did.
I'm gonna look at you and be like,
you're just you're not getting anything. Like, I've had several customers come in and be like, well, I want my food made and refunded. All right, you're not getting shit now because you're being fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, it's one or the other. You can get it refunded or you can get your food, but you ain't getting both.
You can get it refunded and reorder your food. My favorite thing when I worked with Alpha was, well, I'm never coming to this establishment again.
Bye.
Oh no! One of our billions of customers isn't coming back.
I've always loved that. Well, you just lost a customer. No, I just lost a fucking headache. Get the hell out of my store.
It's one of them things. You are a tiny little speck of human existence.
Mm-hmm.
A company doesn't give a rat's ass if you stop going to them. It's like the people who were like, well, I'm going to burn Nike shoes. Okay, but they already got your money, so what are you doing?
Right.
What does this accomplish by you burning the Nike shoes that you spent hundreds of dollars on already? You're not.
I never
doing
understood
anything.
that. Like when LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami, everybody was like fucking burning his jersey and shit. And you're like, they've already got your money. You wasted money, and you don't have that jersey anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care if one of my favorite players left the team. I'm not gonna go fucking burn. I just lost money. I mean, I already lost the money by buying it, but I lost the money. I don't have that product anymore.
Yep.
You're an idiot. You're fucking stupid.
It doesn't do anything. So something that I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna go on mine now, if that's okay.
That's fine. Go ahead. Go on your tangent.
I had one that was on the subject of the whole sexism bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was.
I love how you say sexism bullshit. Like,
because it's bullshit. That's why. So when I say sexism bullshit, I am not saying sexism is bullshit. I am saying the bullshit that is happening is bullshit.
Okay, thank you for the clarity, because I was about to go off on you.
No, that is what I am referring to.
Like,
bitch. The podcast is over, and now there's a divorce.
No, it's
what the fuck was that, Stolas? That was the sound of a fucking divorce.
But no, it was. That's why I say it that way. It isn't that sexism is bullshit, or
the
what
sexism
is happening
in itself is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, what is happening is bullshit and should not be happening. That being said, there are instances where, and I'm not defending the assholes. I'm not defending the bigots when I say this. I want that to be very fucking clear. Statistically, right now, as in certain aspects of things, women can get any job that a man can.
Yeah, tenfold, if not do it better.
Right now, I'm not talking about a revolution where women go out and get these jobs and do them better. I'm talking about right now, May could go get a job that any man could do. She could. Absolutely. Kitten could do the same thing. Any woman can go out and get any job. Honey, do you want to go pick up dead animals off the road?
Not particularly.
Do you want to go coal mining?
I mean, if I have to.
Do you want to go on a cruise ship and hunt lobsters?
Yes.
I mean, in perspective, she did.
That's fair.
What you were doing.
I would do it. Exactly. So the counter argument that a lot of these bigots are using, I somewhat agree with.
Basically, a woman doesn't want to do a man's job because it's dirty or it's hard labor. There are women out there that will fucking
absolutely
outdo a man any day of the week and leave him in the dust, and he's sitting there go fucking bitch, blah, 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 blah. But the reason why he's upset is because she's doing his job better than he ever could.
Right.
Bro, if my wife came home at the end of the day and was making more money than me, I would fucking shake her hand, applaud her, praise her. I don't care if my girl's
I was gonna sit my happy ass on the couch and be like, all right, I'm gonna stay
home.
That's
the problem. No, hang on, wait.
I'm gonna still go to my 9-to-5 job, but be proud of my wife. Like, the income is still there. She's fucking killing it. She's doing
absolutely
I couldn't, or she's doing her dream, making more money.
The problem is that men's egos are so fragile that if their wife or girlfriend or whoever makes more money than them, then they see it as, oh, I'm not pulling my weight, or, oh, I'm just living off this person because I can't be a man and make more money. And that's the problem. Most men can't accept that if their wife or girlfriend or whatever makes more money than you, it does not make you any less of a man. It makes you less of a man when you sit there and act like a fucking baby whining because your wife makes, maybe a couple $50,000 or $100,000 more a year than you do. Boo fucking who. Get over your little tiny limp dick and get over it.
I love how we were all common collective, like, hi, welcome to the Wolfcast podcast, and now we're all just fucking pissed.
Besides, it's ranting. I can rant.
Yes, you can. But that's another thing that opposes to what I had mentioned earlier on most men right now alive between 40 and 18 years old, which would be, the age of an adult. Most men of that age group don't give a fuck how much their girl makes. In terms of, oh, she's making more, don't care.
I know it pissed my ex off. He hated that I made more money than he did.
Well, the reason why, so I say this because back in the day, when our Congress leaders were growing up,
still haven't grown up,
but when they were coming into the world, they were taught in the age where men worked, women took care of the home and children. Women didn't work; they took care of the home and children. Yeah, that was what they did. You can't tell me that isn't how life was, because it's exactly how life was.
Barefoot and pregnant. Yep.
They haven't gotten out of that. They're still in that aspect in mind of, well, I have to work. I have to make the money. I have to provide. It's again falling under the whole blissfully ignorant type bullshit. They're lost in their ways.
Or refusing to adapt to change because, they
Or,
don't
yeah.
wanna, because we've been doing it this way for so long that if I change it, it's gonna make me think a different way than I've been taught to, and that's wrong because I have
Yeah,
to hold on to mommy's titty and make sure I do exactly what my daddy told me to do. Mm.
Pretty much, yes. That's what it
Ooh,
all
fucking hate
boils
it.
down to. That's what it all boils down to ultimately. A lot of this bullshit that is happening in the world can be explained on outdated mindsets and information.
Mhm.
Does that make it okay?
No.
But that's how it works. That's what is going on there in the minds of these people who are making the decisions. And in a way, I loved it because May was a housewife for the longest time. I made enough money that allowed her to just be a housewife.
And I enjoyed it because, my dream is to be a housewife with a, white picket fence and take care of the kids while man goes makes the money and I make sure his house is, good
That
and
being
he's,
said,
happy.
That being said, in that instance, if you are a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife
Or dad.
or dad, because it can go either way nowadays, because again, women can make more money. If you are in that instance, it is your job to take care of the house. Do not bitch about taking care of the house if you are under that situation. If you are not blessed enough, I guess. What's the word? It's there. It's not gifted enough. It's not blessed enough. It's
Fortunate.
Fortunate.
If you are fortunate enough to be in the situation where you don't have to go out and work for a company, your job is to take care of the house. This doesn't mean clean it every day, but when it gets too dirty, clean it.
I will
That's
say,
what it is.
counter argument, I will say, there are days though, because it's a repetitious, yes, we're always cleaning the house. Yes, we're always taking care of the kids, all this stuff. Yes, we love doing it, but there are days, God damn, there are days I just need a break. Please, like 5 minutes, like a day or something. Just watch the kids for a little bit or do this or just do a little, because here's the thing that I watched something and it really, really touched me. And, yes, I may be a stay-at-home mom. Yes, you may go out and do all you may do all the work and stuff like that. But look at it this way. All the dishes and all the dirty laundry in the house isn't mine. It's not solely all my clothes, all my dishes. They are dishes and clothes that you also dirtied up. So it is also partial your responsibility to help clean up after yourself. Give your wife or husband a break. Do the dishes one night after dinner instead of solely relying on them just because they are the house spouse.
My counter argument to that, and this is again under certain circumstances, is so you're right. Half the dishes aren't theirs, half the clothes aren't theirs, half the mess isn't theirs. That being said, take my job, for example. Those car parts ain't mine. That forklift ain't mine, but I still have to fucking move it 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week for 9 hours. We bitch about it all the time at work that we spend more time consciously awake at work than we do at home with our families weekly. It's one of the constant things we bitch about whenever they bring up overtime. It's not about, okay, you're stay at home, this isn't fair. It's your stay at home. That is your job. Your payment for the job is everything that you have, everything that is being able to provide for you. Now, under certain circumstances, this is different. But just because the mess might not be yours or the dishes might not be yours, what have you, it doesn't change the fact that it is your responsibility. You took on that role when you became the housewife or house husband.
Yeah, but Our Lady brings up a really good point. It's the mindset about a stay-at-home spouse or parent having to do everything is that the breadwinner goes to work, comes home, and gets a break. They stay at home, well, I never get to clock in, basically. So I still have to work throughout my day When you get off work, you get to sit down, go game, go stream, go do whatever. I'm still working. My work day doesn't stop. I get up,
That's
I have to
where-
I have to make breakfast, I have to do laundry, I have to clean the house. I have to, when you get home, I have to make dinner, I have to clean up after dinner, I have to make sure the kids get fed, I have to make sure they get, brush their teeth, go to bed. I don't stop working. You stop working as soon as you walk in that front door and then get mad at, your spouse whenever something isn't done because God forbid they have to lift a finger just to help a little bit.
That's where what I had said earlier at the very beginning of this entire thing of just because the house is a little dirty, just because there are a couple of dirty dishes, and by a couple, I'm not talking like one or two, I'm talking, a few, doesn't mean you have to do them. You could put them off. You could take that day break. Yeah, you might still cook breakfast for the kid before they go to school. You don't have to cook them lunch because school will provide that.
Unless you're one of the parents that make them.
Unless you make them a lunch to take to school. And then when it comes to dinner, if you're looking to take a break and you're in a position where you can have the funds for it, either go out to dinner or order dinner. And then bam, you had your entire day of break. You didn't have to do anything outside of the breakfast for the kid. And even then, you might not have to do breakfast for the kid because school. It just all depends on the situation. You can have your break days. It is up to you whether or not you have them.
I really feel like you guys were going at each other's throat back there.
No,
we were playing off of each other.
Yeah,
no. If I had a webcam, you guys would have saw me like those YouTube videos where like someone's ranting and like their eyes just like flicker back and forth, like they're going back and forth to the people fighting. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like, okay, May's on my left, Fang's on my right, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing here?
Mommy and Daddy are fighting again. No,
really. This picture right here was a representation of like what I was thinking about when they were going at it. Like they were arguing, and I was in the back, just like fuck me. Like why am I here?
No. So if I ever get truly mad, I'm one of those people that if I am severe and Fang has seen this, he has seen me be this calm when I am extremely pissed and I am angry to the point of wanting to physically hurt you. I am quiet. I am calm, but I am shaking.
Mm-hmm.
I am so mad.
Pounce on the prowl.
That I am shaking. But
Which
I've learned.
Actually a good thing for people like me, because if you start yelling and screaming at me, I shut down. So the fact that she is able to talk to me calmly, she might be sitting there shaking, furious with rage, but the fact that she is able to sit there and talk to me calmly without screaming and yelling at me, it allows me to not shut down, and I'm actually capable of conscious thought.
Yeah, I've learned through the years that if just yelling and screaming doesn't get anything done, because they'll just say what you want to hear to make you stop yelling at them, because it's a reflex to keep someone from yelling at you, to just be like, okay, yes, whatever you say. But I've learned that if I'm going to scream and yell at you, I'm hurt. And I'm screaming and yelling to make myself feel better. But if I am extremely pissed at you to the point where I want to physically hurt you, I will speak softly, because I'm choosing my words very carefully.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like Fang. If someone I care about yells at me, I shut down. But then like I flip if it's like someone I don't know or don't give a shit about, and they fucking start yelling at me.
I'll go fuck
I
off.
get angry, and then I like, if it gets to the point where like it's a screaming match, I black out. And it's scary to say, there's been several occasions where like it's gotten so heated in an argument that I don't remember the argument the next day because I blacked out.
No, lady,
that's the thing.
Lady just brought up a really good point. So she says that she starts crying. I fucking hate when I am so mad, I start crying. Because people are like, oh, you're crying because you're guilty. No, I'm crying because I'm so fucking pissed off right now that crying is the only emotion that I can't, it's the only emotion I can show. Because if I have had tons of guy friends growing up. I had 3 uncles or 3 cousins that were all in wrestling, football, basketball, what have you. They fought with me all the time. I had my friends like, hey, this is where you need to punch somebody. This is where you need to hit somebody if you want to take them down or if you really want to hurt them. Like, it's just, I'm sitting there crying because crying is the only emotion that I can get out right now, because my body, my entire physical being wants to jump on top of you and beat the ever-living life out of you. Like, I have gotten to that point once, and that was with my stepmom. She pissed me off so much. I was sobbing, and then I just lashed out and I slammed my fist on a table, and she went silent and took a step away from me. I'm like, get away from me. I was that mad.
So to get away from the whole sexism, from the whole sexism thing, because so far that's all this podcast has been, is us talking about sexism.
Yes. Sorry.
We talked about drive-thrus.
Yeah, we talked about fast food for a minute.
Yeah, okay. So something that popped up recently, that people are ranting and raving about, student loan forgiveness happened, which is a great fucking
fantastic thing, because that shit follows you for life.
Yes, it does. You have the people, and I have a coworker who disagrees with me. I didn't let him know that he disagreed with me because in the workplace that doesn't need to be there. But the whole argument that people are making right now is, well, I didn't get student loan forgiveness and I paid mine off. Just because you suffered doesn't mean everybody else has to. I went through hell. I suffered tremendously between the ages of 19 and 22. I suffered. I was starving. I was hungry. Well, starving and hungry is the same thing. So I was starving. I was stealing. I was malnourished. All this fun shit. I melted snow in a fucking Polar Pop cup for water. Do I want my son to experience that? Not while I am alive. Not once would I wish that hell on anybody, not even my worst enemy, because that is painful. That is my example to this, because just because you went through it doesn't mean everybody else has to. You didn't get forgiveness. That sucks. But because we are a progressive people, we're trying to make sure nobody else has to suffer.
I think they see it more as, it's not fair because I didn't get it, so why do you get to get it? I had to struggle and I had to, starve to make ends meet, but, they get it all for free because these millennials get everything handed to them. I hate that millennial fucking talk. Like, I had an uncle that did that. It's like, well, she needs to learn how to pay for things and not be given things for free. Bitch, I have been on my own since I was 18 fucking years old. I know how to pay bills. I know how to struggle from paycheck to paycheck. Don't you ever fucking sit there and chastise me because, she needs to learn. Bitch, I learned tenfold.
Yeah.
Hate that shit.
It's one of them things that people just don't fucking get. It's not about what you went through, because believe it or not, the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. And to be absolutely honest with you, in at least my mindset, I could give a rat's ass if you fucking died tomorrow. Most of the people who are bitching is who I am talking to. I am not talking to any of the listeners right now. I am not talking to anybody in this call. But the people who are bitching about student loan forgiveness, you could die in front of me, bullet to the head, gray matter everywhere, and I would go the fuck home and forget about it the next day. Anyway.
So, what really grinds my gears is this fucking fly that's been in my room for a week. And, literally, I forget about the time I'm calling him a him, because I actually might be a female, because he's...
How dare you assume that fly's gender?
It literally is on me all the time. I'll be watching YouTube, whatever, TV, on video games, it's in my fucking face. I wouldn't care. Me and this fly can fucking coexist. As long as it wasn't in my fucking face. It lands on my lip and it fucking makes you do that fucking thing. Or the other day it fucking flew up in between my glasses and eyelids and it just made me fucking panic. I'm like, what the fuck? Shit! I hate it.
That's how I am with like spiders. I don't mind the spider. Like, spiders are cool. But I'll see a spider on my hand. I'm like, hey, buddy, no free rides. I'm not giving away free rides here. Get off my hand.
And then you send it on a free ride when you fucking flick it.
No, I don't flick it. I typically set them down somewhere so they can... I set it down somewhere so we can fuck off and do its spider thing. But the second I see that motherfucker again, I'm like, hold up. You're taking advantage of my generosity here. You do not understand that I control whether you live or die. Go the fuck away.
I've been so tempted, and I don't want to, but I've been so tempted to just grab the fucking fly swatter and be like, all right, or hunting the prey. But no, like I'm just hoping that because I always have my door shut.
Shut up.
I'm hoping that one fucking point that I keep my door open, it fucking just flies out and it's someone else's problem because I'm fucking sick of this motherfucker.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about mosquitoes. Whenever like they just like you'll look down, you've got like 30 tags in your legs, just like bastard.
That was a nice ass transition, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And now I'm gonna make it into a different rant and tangent that I have. I'm gonna go into my video
games.
I'm going into my video game one here. So, for those of you who don't know, on my Twitch channel, I stream a fuckload of Apex Legends.
Oh, yeah,
like a royal fuckload every single day. I am streaming Apex Legends.
I can't talk. I thought you were gonna say a royal fucked load of different games, and I was like, no, the fuck you don't.
No, you don't.
No, I'll occasionally stream a different game.
I will say
Apex
that
Legends.
To cut you off real quick, I don't watch your full streams. I'm sorry. You can call me a piece of shit friend.
How fucking dare you?
I have a. Okay, hold on a second. Choose my next words wisely. I have a different life.
I know you do.
Wait,
you have other people that sit there and no, I don't. But like the life that I was given is to watch YouTube for 5 hours a fucking day, watch my shows, and fucking beat off. Anyway,
I know you don't
watch in the words of boomers, you'll just fucking get over it. Don't be so OCD.
Yeah, God.
Like, well, then fucking tell these boomers to sign contracts and we can fit in the fucking boxing ring. Give me a month so I can fucking train again. Anyways, from when you started like actually streaming again and getting back into Apex, and when I was trying to attempt to play with you,
Thank you.
I could tell that you weren't dog shit, but you weren't good. Now when I chime in and tune into your streams occasionally, I'm like, holy shit, this dude pops off. Like you've gotten extremely amount of better. And it's like that with May with Fortnite. Like there's times where I get knocked and I'm like, holy shit. May's carrying the fucking team. Revive me, please.
Hurry up, sis,
and
hurry.
even me, like my sniping skills in Fortnite from when I started till now, I can fucking hit snipes like it's fucking I'm God mode. But like back then, I was like, I wouldn't even pick up the sniper. But anyways, go back.
Okay, so I guess I am relatively good at Apex. I'm not some pro player. I'm not some dude fucking doing all this great shit. But
360 no scope.
I'm above.
Think that we're just chiming or like boosting our friends up.
No, so I'm above average. I'll agree with you. Sure, I'm above average player at this point. But that being said, where Apex is, the community for it, and this could go for almost any game. This includes Fortnite, League of Legends, Call of Duty, any competitive game. To sit there and belittle other players because of the equipment they use or the way they play and all this other shit, fuck off.
Oh, I got one for that.
Just absolutely eat a fucking dick. I play Apex on a controller on my PC. Is there aim assist? Yes.
I hate the whole the keyboard mouse controller debate.
I have a thing for that.
Y'all get on me for using mouse and keyboard. You're like, you guys should you should use a controller. It's so much better, May. No, I like my keyboard because I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah,
so the reason why
I just
be comfortable. So the reason why I pointed out to you, dear, is because there would be times where you complain about something. I'm like, hey, on a controller, you don't have this problem. That's where I'm at with it. But to sit there and be like, oh, you're playing on controller, you rely too much on aim assist. At least in Apex, I'm not bringing Call of Duty into this because Call of Duty's aim assist is absolutely too fucking powerful. But at least in Apex, when I plug a controller in to my computer, the aim assist that I get in is so bad, I am actually hindering myself by playing with a controller. Not only am I not playing with a mouse and keyboard, so I'm not playing on a 2D plane where I have that use of movement, but the aim assist is worse than if you were playing on console. I'll have you guys, anybody listening right now, look up a video of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. This is Xbox 360 days. In the campaign, they tell you you go into a shooting range and they tell you you can snap quickly to targets by not aiming and then aiming quickly. That aim assist in Modern Warfare 2 is terrible. You will snap to their heads just by unaiming and re-aiming every single time. And you could be aiming far off to the left to where they're not even in your crosshair, and you'll still snap to them. With Apex, with a controller plugged into my PC, I'm following your movement, but my crosshair is almost never on you unless I physically aim at you. And I have tested this because I can hip fire weapons. And when I hit fire, my crosshair is going all over the place. I took out a wingman, which for those of you who don't know is a 6-shot revolver in Apex. I took this out, and without ADSing, which is aim down sight in layman's terms, without ADSing, yeah, so ADS, aim down sight. So without doing that, I will fire. And you want to know the best part about my aim assist and how great my aim assist is with a controller?
You'll still miss.
I miss all 6 shots because the aim assist is working. My crosshair is slowing down between their body, but by the time I move from right to left, my crosshair is no longer on their body. So there is, and another thing, aim assist has to exist. Controller players, at least on console, have to have aim assist. You go from working on a 2D plane, which is keyboard and mouse. 2D plane allows for full wrist control, full arm control, and more lateral movement. Whereas on a controller, you're working on a 3D plane with only your thumb. I'm sorry, that's not very accurate. I don't care what mythical world you live in, your thumb doesn't have as much lateral movement as your entire arm.
I also think that it ties into this too, though. Like, you got people like Fang and I who grew up, and I'm not saying you didn't play like the older systems on controller, May, but like you got so adapt to the keyboard and mouse versus like Fang and I always been on, controller.
We had a controller in our hands.
I'm telling you, I've tried Fortnite several times on keyboard and mouse, and I can get kills. I can swap guns. I couldn't get the build down. Now that there's no zero build, if you gave me a month where I just, took the controller out, hit it, so I wasn't like, I need this controller, I guarantee I might be dog shit. My whatever skills would go down, like the
MMR.
What the fuck's MMR mean?
MMR is your multiplayer ratio, so it's based off of what MMR is. It's based off of how many kills you get, how many wins you have.
Yeah, so something like that.
Yeah,
I was thinking of like KD for like.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
But in player-based matchmaking games like Fortnite and Warzone and Apex, the games are supposed to go off of your MMR so that you go against people of similar skill level.
I would say like my shit would go down a lot. I'm not saying I'm the greatest at Fortnite, but I'm telling you, you give me a month on just strictly mouse and keyboard, I guarantee you I would get about back up there.
No, what's funny is I used to be a console purist.
Thought she was going to say, no, you won't.
No, I used to be console purist. I didn't want to play on PC because I thought PC was stupid. But when I switched over to PC, I've gotten so adapted to playing with a mouse and keyboard that it's just like playing with a controller throws me off because you got to realize there's so many different ways your buttons lie on a controller that I have to stop what I'm doing, look down at my controller, and be like, what does what? So it takes me longer.
I don't look at the controller anymore. I'm just like.
You could hand any controller to me because I've been playing on controller for so long. You could hand any controller to me, and I will be able to. I'll know where the buttons are. Like
the only reason I've switched to PC is because Fang was like a big part in it. And he was like, dude, this is at this point in time, the offer you're getting for this PC is going to be the best you find around, and it's going to make the streams better. That's literally the only reason why. And now that I have it, I don't think I could ever go back to consoles.
What switched me? So I tried when I think it was not Cold War, the Call of Duty that came out last year. Help me out here. Vanguard. So when Vanguard got released, I sat down and I went, okay, I'm going to play this Call of Duty on mouse and keyboard. I'm going to try my damnedest to do this on mouse and keyboard. And I did it. No, I did it for 2 days.
I
And
remember that.
and my statistics and for why I play on a controller. So when I played on mouse and keyboard, I still won games. I still popped off. I would get 20 kills with 13 deaths.
To be kind of fair, though, yes, these are two really, really big different games. You've already got the mouse and keyboard strat kind of down, though, playing League of Legends. Yes,
Kind
they're
of,
different
yeah.
games, but you know, like, this button does this moves this is how my character moves, etc.
My counter argument to what you just said is because you already stated, those are two completely different fucking games. The reason why that analogy doesn't work is because with League of Legends, the way I move my character is right click, and then I left click to target somebody for attack. Whereas in a Call of Duty shooter game, or any shooter game really, you right click to ADS, left click to fire, and then it's WAS and D that moves you. Whereas in League of Legends, QWE and R are your abilities. They're two different, things
Like,
there. But I get what you're saying. I know the
when-
keyboard, I know the mouse.
When I got to the PC, I didn't know that you could play on controller. So like I was like, dude, this PC is going to be irrelevant because like
You can't do that. I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah, because I was like, I'm still going to be playing Fortnite on my Xbox. I'm still going to be playing this on my Xbox. And then I was like, oh, you can plug the controller in. All right, don't need this keyboard other than to log in.
But so
hang on,
the thing,
I've got a thing. So back on, like, you were talking about, people degrading players, with gaming, like with card gaming, like with Magic, and
like what I'm playing right now.
Yes, this has been a growing thing for years. I hate the fact that a game that was meant to be fun, a game that was, you were supposed to put your knowledge and skill to the test, has become the only way you're going to win at this game is if you have money. And it's fucking shitty. I shouldn't have to shell out thousands of dollars to win at a game when it's meant to be like-minded individuals hanging out, just having fun, instead of, oh, you're poor, you can't afford this, haha, your deck can't compare to my deck because I have all this money. I hate how a lot of games have turned into that.
Yeah, I feel like every game nowadays almost play to win.
Mm-hmm.
So almost. So okay. So I have several things here. I'll start with the card games that May brought up. Magic the Gathering. The second it was released, popped off because, it popped off around the time of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all this other stuff. It was the mature man's Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it wasn't cartoony. You look at some old MTG art and it gets really grotesque really quickly. You have words like kill and damnation and, you got all this different shit in there. And it was a great game, and people were having fun with it. In the early years of Magic, there weren't these decks that got completely out of hand. You had your turn 0 win, but that didn't last long.
There wasn't
got banned
meta
out of
decks.
existence. There wasn't meta decks. There were powerful cards, but everybody could get their hands on them really easily.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, let me look up real quick. So I played in modern tournaments. For those who don't know, I have been in the competitive Magic scene. I was relatively good at it. I could land top 5 easy mode, land top 5. I played what was called Grixis, which is blue, black, red. Let me look up.
Open up Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look up real quick. Grixis competitive.
I was gonna say this too.
Price.
Is that like another thing that pisses me off is that like you said, the card games, they're to play to have fun. I like the people that like, you lose, you guys shake hands, you were the better player. I hate it when people, and this happens in like the Call of Duty tournaments and all this shit too. They hop up and they're like, I fucking beat you. Like, okay, cool.
All right.
I already feel like a piece of shit because I lost, but like you don't have to rub it in. Like we're here doing the same thing, man.
So on that, I will say when I win a game, if it was a really intense game and I jump up and I go, yes,
that's fine.
That's
but
fine.
to turn around and be like,
okay
I
celebration.
fucking whipped your ass. Let's go.
So really quickly, I just looked up Grixis competitive decks. The cheapest one right now on Card Kingdom. This would appear to be modern. So modern is a certain set separated from standard. For modern, the cheapest deck is $347 to buy every single card, assuming you don't have every single card. That is outrageous. My modern deck that I ran in tournaments was worth over $1,500, which is an outrageous amount of money to play competitively.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with what Alpha was saying, there is actually a story, and I love this story because it makes me laugh every fucking time. I might have told it before. Those of you who have been on my streams have probably heard it. There was a tournament that happened in Jacksonville, Florida, that a kid was playing in. This kid was maybe 11, 12 years old. He built a deck that he was proud of, which is the most important part. If you build a deck, be proud of what you've built. Take it into tournaments and, do your fucking best. Do everything you can. Kid gets beaten. The dude who beat him picked up every single card of this kid's, walked to a trash can, dumped it in the trash, and said, "You might as well give up on playing Magic." Another guy, we'll call this good guy and bad guy. The good guy walks to the kid, digs his deck out of the trash can, and says, "Hey, don't give up. Keep going. Make this deck the best it can be. Do everything possible." And hands the cards back to the kid. Later on in the tournament, the good guy and bad guy face off. The good guy was running a card called Platinum Angel.
Yes.
For those of you,
they fought again.
yeah, no. So the bad guy fought the kid. The kid lost. Bad guy throws kid's cards in trash. Good guy comes in, tells the kid not to give up. Then later on in the tournament,
the good guy and the bad guy fought. So it was kind of like a redemption.
Yes.
Okay.
So good guy and bad guy go toe to toe. So Platinum Angel is a card. Thank you, MTG knowledge of playing for years, that I can tell you exactly what the fuck this card does. So Platinum Angel is an artifact creature angel. 7 colorless mana, 4/4 flying. It states in its card text, you cannot lose the game. Your opponent cannot win the game. At the time of this tournament, that was a brand new card. Nobody knew what the fuck it did. Nobody was familiar with what the hell Platinum Angel was. So he plays the card down. Bad guy ignores it. It's like, whatever, it's a 4/4 flyer, don't care. He swings for lethal. And what lethal means is damage that would reduce your opponent's life total to 0. So he swings for lethal. It reaches his hand out to shake the good guy's hand. It says, "Good game." The guy says, "Nope." And he holds up Platinum Angel, and he holds it out for the guy to read. So the guy leans over to read Platinum Angel, to figure out what the fuck it does. Good guy drops Platinum Angel, grabs the guy by the collar, and punches him in the face, breaks his nose.
Yes.
What happens? No, there's more to this story. Judge sees what happens, immediately runs over and says, "You're disqualified from the tournament," to the good guy. He tells the good guy, "You are disqualified from the tournament." At the time, rules as written, he could not be disqualified from the tournament because Platinum Angel says he couldn't lose the game he was in. Which means the game had to continue, even though the other guy was broken and bloody. They had to do an emergency call to Wizards of the Coast headquarters in California to double check the rules and request a rule change that allowed Platinum Angel to let the person be disqualified. That guy, I don't care what side you're on, is a fucking hero.
Agreed.
Because, sure, he got disqualified from that tournament, but the guy he was facing was a fucking prick and deserved what he got.
I got 2 things real quick, and this kind of ties in with that story, and like you said something about communities earlier. I feel like almost every community is toxic. Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty. But this is the one community, and you may agree with me or not, I would say that Pokemon has the best community out there.
I could change your mind with one video.
Well, I don't want to see it. I say this because, you could be going to buy packs and then like somebody else is there buying packs, and they're like, "Hey, good luck." And then like the people I watch on YouTube, they're like, "Hey, I'm opening up this new set. Let me know what you got down in the comments."
Okay,
And
so
yes,
you're talking about packs. You're not
no.
talking about the
Hang
game.
on. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
But and yes, they could be like getting, they want more comments, or they're trying to just engage with their community. But like, and then it gets to Pokemon Go. Normally, when I go out to play Pokemon Go, I'm with friends, my brothers. Someone's always with me. I was out by myself yesterday for 7 hours. I had so many people talk to me, compare shinies, etc. Made new friends on Pokemon Go. So that's where I'm getting at. I think that Pokemon Go and Pokemon is the best community out there. Yes, there are toxic players, but I feel like if it's not the best, it's top 3 at least.
Right. So in terms of Pokemon Go, I will agree with you. Pokemon Go has done great things for the Pokemon community. In terms of competitive Pokemon, whether it be the card game or certain Pokemon Game Boy games, or I guess nowadays it would be Switch games, and then you have another game. I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's a Pokemon competitive game. You go in, maybe it's on PC.
Oh no.
But you go in and you pick the Pokemon for your party. You can pick whether they're shiny or not. You don't go out and capture them and train them yourself. You pick them from a list. And the people in those games are so fucking toxic. Like if you get into the competitive Sword and Shield, just as an example, competitive Sword and Shield, if they find out you didn't IV train or EV train your Pokemon or all this other shit, they are so, like, even our roommate and I, we got into a discussion where they were talking about IVs and EVs, and I was like, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what any of that is. And they're like, well, how have you been playing Pokemon this entire time? There are people in the Pokemon community who only believe in IV and EV training your Pokemon.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, you have no business playing the game. I don't agree with that.
Because Ash just wanted to catch them all.
Exactly. I'm playing this game to look at the cool monsters.
I just want to fucking fill the Pokédex. That's how it was at first at Pokemon Go. But watching these people on YouTube now, I'm learning how to make my Pokemon better, battle better. But they're not like what you just mentioned. Oh, if your IVs are shit, don't fucking play. Because there is people in the community that just want to catch them all. There's people that want to get the best Pokemon to battle. People that just want to hit level 50, etc.
Here, my thing is when it comes to gaming, and I've been this way for the longest time, I hate the people that take the game so fucking seriously that they sit there and have a damn aneurysm because someone did something that they did it a wrong way, or the fact that they lost and they're sitting there losing their shit and just genuinely making you feel like a piece of shit because, how dare you not take this game as seriously as I do? It's like, dude, it's a fucking video game. You're not gonna die.
We work our 9 to 5s, and half of these fucking people play the game for.
They're living in their mom's basement without a care in the fucking world.
Yes, but they're not. But their life doesn't physically. No. Hang on. Their life doesn't physically matter for this game. If they lose, no big fucking deal. Wham. You're not gonna die if you don't win at this precise moment in this precise time of the game. It is a
You're not going to be the next. You're not going to be the next Fade,
right.
which is an Apex. You're not going to, which is an Apex.
You're not going to be the next. What's his name?
Ninja. You're not going to be the next Ninja. You're not going to be the next XPEC.
You're not. You're not Markiplier or Jackson. You're not.
I mean, you could.
You could.
You could be. By all means, you could be. But if that's the case, stop playing normals.
Yeah.
There are ranked game systems in Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Apex, and League of Legends. There are ranked game systems. Play them if you are that competitive. If you're not good enough for ranked, shut the fuck up. You have no business telling anybody what they're doing in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
But you've never heard me, May, while we've been playing. Like, if we lose, we lose.
Yeah, we lose.
I don't get mad. I might be like, fuck, man. We like I get frustrated because that should have been our game. I've never yelled at. I think the only thing we've ever got mad at is like when like I'm like storm's coming, we should go, or and you say it to me too.
Yeah.
That being said, though, when you're playing with friends, like if I was playing Apex with the two of you, and you both did something that was just, sorry for lack of a better term, downright stupid, I'm gonna point that out to you. That, hey, don't do this. I don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. Don't do what you're doing.
See, I wouldn't be mad at that because I don't play the game. I don't know what I'm doing. So
Exactly.
when you say something like that, I'm like, okay, he's giving me positive feedback.
Well, see,
but other people might be like, fuck this, I quit.
Well, see, for me, it's like you can sit there like, well, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah, but this is the way that I want to do it. Like, don't sit there and get mad at me because I'm doing things the way I want to, because I don't play games the way you do. So don't sit there and be like, you're playing it fucking wrong. I don't fucking care. Let me enjoy it my way.
At the end of the day, video games were designed to get on and, well, maybe not earlier in the days, but like get on, play with your friends, and have fun. If there's a story mode, you play the story mode as a fucking bonus, but have fun. Don't fucking, and yes, there is competitive shit, but don't be a dick. Just play the fucking games.
But so if you are going to cheat at a video game, and by cheat, I'm not talking about, you modded Skyrim or you're using cheats in Fallout. I'm talking about you are playing a competitive game, League of Legends, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex, etc., and using an aimbot, wall hack, dual wielding when you're not supposed to be able to dual wield, because that was a thing that happened in Apex last year, or no, a couple seasons ago, actually. If you're going to cheat at a video game, piss off. I like the videos where you watch a pro player or, a YouTuber shitting on a cheater. I love those videos. They're satisfying as hell to just know that this cheater got fucking shit on. But at the same time, knock it the fuck off.
There's no point.
And people can sit there and be like, oh, they just need a better anti-cheat. It doesn't matter how good your anti-cheat is. There's always some motherfucker out there who is a better hacker. And when the hackers release their cheats, and I know you can in fact just hack the game and sell your cheats, because there's a guy who has a YouTube video YouTube videos. He has an entire channel based on it that I will recommend watching because it's fucking hilarious. He hacks the game. He sells his cheats, but the cheats don't do what the hackers expect them to do. The game he does it for the most is CSGO, which, for those of you who don't know, is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's been around for since like 2002. But people will look for an aimbot cheat, and he'll sell them a hack that looks like an aimbot cheat, but whenever they pull the trigger of their gun, it yeets their mouse upward, so they're not shooting at anything, or it makes them throw their gun, or it makes them throw a grenade that'll kill them. Like, it fucks with them. He creates this entire cheating software to where anybody who downloads his cheats ends up killing themselves in the game, and it's absolutely fucking glorious that somebody did this.
Well,
but
I think that this has been a fantastic podcast, and we might have to do a part 2 or something.
We very well might have to have a ranting part 2, or even just just chatting. Even if we just have a just chatting.
This has gone on a lot longer than normal podcasts, which is I'm fine with. It's awesome. We stayed on topic the whole fucking time. We got a lot off our chests. There might we might have to have a part 2. I need them fucking likes. Yep. I need comments. I need you to tell us in the comment section what the fuck pisses you off. Do we piss you the fuck off? I don't care. Anyways, we might have to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna do an Alex Jones rant. Damn it. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna have to do a part. We're gonna have to do a part 2 of this, even if it's just like a just chatting, like we're just bullshitting around and then we go off on tangents. But we're definitely gonna have to do that.
Oh yeah, this has been annoying. It's nice to sit here and be like, this fucking pisses me off. Because it's come so taboo now for people to actually speak their minds. Like,
there's a reason.
Well, no, I've seen it now as it's the smart have been forced to be silenced, so we don't hurt the dumb people's feelings.
Pretty much.
So those
the enlightened ones.
Yeah, like those that have the opinions that matter and will make things good have to be silenced because somebody's feelings are going to get hurt because, they don't want to hear the actual truth of what's happening. And it's sad that it's turned that way.
I'm sorry if I don't know you. I don't care about your feelings. You can fuck the fuck right off.
With that being said, roll out to the credits.
Roll into the credits. Let's get it on. Let's get it going.
All right. Well, remember, at 100 subscribers, I will be doing Alpha's makeup. So please.
No, I'm fucking pissed. We're not doing credits this fucking podcast. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
The end. The end. At 200, I'll be doing Fang's, and then at 300, they'll be doing mine. So we really want to get past this 50 hump. So please just get us out there. Tell your friends, tell family,
I love how excited you are when you're announcing like mine and his, and then you're like, mine.
Because I'm terrified for my makeup brushes.
I'll be okay.
I'm terrified for them, but I
Don't
really
worry,
want to do
hon.
it.
Don't worry, hon. I'll let my gay side come out. You'll look fabulous.
Okay, thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
I paint my nails. We'll be fine.
Oh, God. Nails and faces are two different things.
Are they?
I painted
They
a woman's
are.
face before.
It's only different if you let it be different.
That went over everybody's head.
No, I got what you're saying.
Head over to
I
our
haven't, but-
Patreon. We got polls where you can decide what podcast we're going to do next. We've got one-on-one meetings with us. We can either meet in person or via a Discord call or even a Zoom call. You can be on a podcast with us and get your thoughts and ideas out there. You can see behind-the-scenes content of when I'm working on thumbnails or what we're planning. I can give you personal art lessons, and there's so much more you could do. No donation is too small, and we appreciate everything that you do support us with. Head over to our spring. Use Wolfcast20 to get 20% off all of your orders. That'll be the current discount until the end of the year, where it's going to change. I don't know if it's going to go down to Wolfcast 10 or if there's even going to be one. So just go ahead and get it while you can. Go ahead and head over to our Dubby. Use Wolfcast 10 to get 10% off all your orders. It is an energy powder that has no crash. It's diabetic friendly, sugar free, and has 5 fantastic flavors to try out. So use our affiliate code down in the description.
Yee.
Follow us on all of our social medias. We love being the #1 podcast in your heart. So make sure that
And
you
your
are
pants.
and your pants. Make sure you're following us. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. That way you also know when I go post videos on Monday. Follow us on our Facebook at Wolfcast Podcast. You can follow Fang and Alpha on their Twitter and Twitch, and I'm everywhere else. So go ahead and do that, and please, help our family grow.
Yee.
We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything. Hopefully you enjoyed today's ranting and raving podcast today. We love you guys. Hopefully this helped you, get some stuff off your chest today, guys. And hopefully out there, you feel like there's other people out there that feels and thinks the same way you do about gaming and card gaming and how, we get just as angry at these stupid things that happen. So if you relate to that or, something really grinds your gears, like Alpha said, just put in the comments. Tell us what makes you angry. What really grinds your gears. It could be
This
video
podcast
games.
makes me angry.
No, this
It honestly
podcast gets
does.
you hyped up and gets you upset about things that you were already upset about.
Yeah.
But write in the comments. Let us know what grinds your gears. Like we respond, and it's great to know that you guys are out there listening. So we love you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.